Peace and love, everybody. It's your man, Manny Faces. I'm back here with episode 2 of Hip Hop Innovates with Manny Faces. I've done it 2 days in a row. I'm very proud of myself. I'm going to try to keep this going, give this to you every weekday. Short videos, just a little bit of snippets of news and views from around the hip hop world, hip hop music, and culture, right? All the things that you don't hear about from a lot of the hip hop media or just through the music on the radio and the stuff that gets put out by the corporate media channels. We're talking about things like hip hop being used in education, hip hop in health and wellness practices, politics and activism, science and technology, the fine arts, all the other things. Now, I do this a couple of ways through the Center for Hip Hop Advocacy. You can check us out on Facebook.com/hip hop advocacy, Twitter.com/hip hop advocacy. These videos will also be on the YouTube page. And it's a nonprofit that I founded to try to increase public awareness and understanding of hip hop music and culture in its entirety. Even some of us in hip hop culture and, participants and, fans, we sometimes think that the direction of the music and the culture is not exactly the way we want it to be these days, right? But we also look a little deeper and we find a lot of evidence that that's not true, that there's a lot of great innovation happening and inspiration happening in hip hop music and culture. So I'm trying to bring these things to you. Every day I'm going to come and give you a couple quick news items, and then I'm going to ask you to sign up for our email newsletter because I actually curate a number of these stories every week or two and send them out free to your inbox. So it just increases your knowledge and exposure and confidence that hip hop culture is alive and well. Today, I want to talk real quick about an interesting angle, right? Talk about hip hop being used or hip hop being recognized by legacy institutions such as libraries, museums, and universities. I talked about this a little bit in the opener. If you look at yesterday's episode, it tells you who I am, why I'm doing this. So go check that if you haven't and you're wondering who the hell is this guy. But I will say that I'm out here in Brick City, Newark, New Jersey. Snowy today, so definitely Brick City for real. And recently I checked out the opening of the Black History Month celebratory programming at the Newark Library. And their theme for this year's Black History Month is hip hop history. And I love that because, of course, hip hop history is part of Black history. And, of course, Black history is very much part of American history. So by extension, hip hop being part of Americana is very important. And I love when legacy institutions recognize this. So shouts to the Newark Library. I wrote up their opening event for brickcitylive.com. Shouts to them. I write for them as well. Great publication out here covering arts and culture and lifestyle out here in Newark, New Jersey. Brick City Live, I wrote about the opening ceremony and the first of the programming events. It was an interview with Vicky Toback, the author of Contact High, A Visual History of Hip Hop, a great photography expose. It takes back a lot of the veteran photographers and some of their contact sheets, their photo shoots, and very early shots of some of hip hop's greatest names throughout its history. Ernie Panicchioli also, Hip Hop at the End of the World, a book of never seen before, photographs from his veteran legacy as well. So that was great. It was a great event. I enjoyed it. It goes with a hip hop exhibition that's going on at the Newark Library. So you want to check that out if you're in the Newark, New Jersey area. Some great stuff on display in the library. And when I wrote this up and when I talked about it, it got me to thinking a little bit more about how important it is for hip hop to be used in legacy institutions, right? In libraries, in museums, in universities, right? We see a lot of curriculum being added to hip hop universities throughout the country. That's great, throughout the world, of course. But we need more of it. Shouts to Cornell Hip Hop Collection, a great archive that's happening up at Cornell. I interviewed Ben Ortiz, the assistant curator for that, on the podcast I'll tell you about in a little bit. And of course, really just museums, libraries. It's great to see this kind of programming happen. So I wrote a piece on hiphopadvocacy.org that I do want you to check out and really share. It's an important look at why legacy institutions must welcome hip hop into their halls. So again, we do see it happening. We want to invite other institutions that maybe hadn't given hip hop a second thought or hadn't really thought of it in this way to introduce these ideas to these other libraries, museums, and universities to let them know that it's happening elsewhere. It's happening in respectable ways in respectable institutions, and also to help invite them to participate. And some great examples that I included in there, including, like I say, where it's being used in education, where it's being used in other institutions across the country and throughout the world. So I do invite everyone to check that out, hiphopadvocacy.org. I link to both pieces on the Hip Hop Advocacy Twitter page. So do check those things out. That's my thing for today. I want to talk about hip hop being used in legacy institutions and how important that is and how much we need to get that word out that A, it happens, B, it should happen more and not just in February, right? So check those things out. That's today's tidbits for you. I'll be back tomorrow with some more interesting things happening. I'm collecting stories all the time. And what I do is I curate an e-newsletter and I send it out for free. And if you're interested in that, you want to sign up for the Hip Hop Advocate newsletter, because it's stories like these, not just mine. I know I'm a little, selfish today, but not just my stories, but stories like these throughout hip hop's entire tapestry, right? So check that out. There's a long list of them that have happened already. I think we're up to like 40 editions. You can sign up, put your email address. I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to sell it to anybody. It's just for you to get this curated list of really fascinating collection of articles from around the web and around the world. The other thing you can do, if you're interested in this sort of thing, is check out this podcast. It's called Hip Hop Can Save America, and I interview innovators in the fields that are connected with hip hop or non-traditional uses of hip hop. So again, academics, Ben Ortiz there, the assistant curator at the Cornell Hip Hop Collection, Dr. Gloria Latson-Billings, a pioneer in hip hop education. So it's these sort of highbrow ideas about how we can use hip hop in new and innovative ways to really uplift lives, livelihoods, and communities. So I encourage you to check that out as well. Lastly, my Artist of the Day feature. I want to definitely shine light and spotlight and highlight certain people that are doing work that's innovative or outside the realm of just mere entertainment. Yesterday, I bigged up Silent Night, who's works with me on a number of projects, but also does some great artist activism stuff. Today, I'm already breaking the rules a little bit because I want to highlight someone who's not quite an artist, but they're kind of artists. My people's at TK in the AM, TK Tasty Quiche Dutez and Conscious. Now, if you're not familiar with TK in the AM, it's a thrice weekly morning show on bonfireradio.com. It's an amazing online radio outfit based in Brooklyn, New York. I've worked with them in the past, so I am sticking in my circle for the beginning of these videos, but I do want to point them out. They're some of my favorite people in the world, and what they really do is they put out a great morning show 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 10 to 11:30 in the morning. You can catch it on Bonfire Radio. You can catch it on tunein.com, and they bring so many issues to light. So many issues that are relevant to politics, but also entertainment. But they do it in a way that's smart and funny and ratchety, but intelligent, and the whole mix of everything. It's really my favorite morning show in the world. It really should be yours too. So check them out. TK in the AM on Bonfire Radio. Shouts to my peoples over there. Yeah, man, I'm doing this on the fly. I don't think I have anything else for you today. So please do check out all of the social medias. Where are they? Over here. Social medias. Check us out. If you want me to highlight somebody for the Artist of the Day, let me know. I have a whole bunch lined up, but I definitely want to hear from y'all as well. Any comments? Please leave them in the comments section below. Who you want me to feature? What you think of these videos? Do you like what I'm doing? Do you hate what I'm doing? Don't tell me if you hate them. All right, fine. Tell me if you hate what I'm doing, but really tell me if you like what I'm doing, because I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish, right? So anyway, check it out. I'll be back every weekday, God willing, when I can, but mostly check me out on social media at Manny Faces, and I'll talk to y'all soon, man. Peace.